Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The California Values Act, is that a joke? What kind of values are we setting by letting illegal criminals back out on the street? I don't understand. As a proud Mexican-American born in Mexico, I love this country. And I do not want anybody here that doesn't come in through the proper channels. If we can't vet you, we don't want you. Governor Brown, Basura, that's what he is. Kevin De Leon, they are criminals. They are in violation of harboring subsection 1324A1A. That's a federal offense. Any of us would be arrested if we were to harbor any illegal aliens. So, because of them, I walked away from the Democratic Party.
Yay.
And they are showing their true colors to America. The Democratic Party is over. I think they probably have about 20 years. And like I said, as a proud Latino and a proud American to be in this country, I urge you, no SB 54. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker.
Nathan Miller, followed by Genevieve Peters.
Good evening, Mr. Miller.
My name is Nathan Miller. Thank you, Mayor and City Council, for the opportunity to speak tonight. I'm the founder of the No Sanctuary organization. We've been fighting SB 54 throughout the Inland Empire region. I also wanted to thank all of you for putting this on the agenda, and we're here to support you to pass this and to officially pass a resolution of opposition to SB 54. I know that there's still a lot of strong feelings in the audience, but that's the core of why I recommended and urged people to come to this meeting. And I just want to, again, highlight and reiterate, this isn't about illegal immigration. I know there's a lot of people that have strong feelings about it, but I wanted to isolate this specifically. This is about SB 54 that explicitly allows criminals back into our society. Now, let me tell you about the nuances of this. The Democrats, when they crafted this bill and they put it on there, they also inserted language in there to make it appear as though it was providing a safe sanctuary to criminals or to illegal immigrants or undocumented workers in the state of California. That was redundant. That already was the case. You can even talk to your law enforcement. Law enforcement, up and down throughout California, they were not targeting illegal immigrants when they were pulling people over. They weren't asking them their status. It was more or less safe, and the whole point of that was to encourage them to actually work with law enforcement so that if crimes were committed by seriously dangerous criminals, they could immediately address those, find those people, and arrest them. One thing we all agreed on when the illegal immigration conversation began was that criminals were something that nobody wanted here, people that were committing crimes. So fighting SB 54 and opposing it as a resolution is about taking that stance. This is about common sense in government, not allowing politics to drive economics. You will be another city along the western border of Riverside County. There's 3 to go: Menifee, Norco, and Eastvale. And as we work our way up there, we're going to complete our construction and building the wall along the west of Riverside County.
All right. Woohoo!
Peters, followed by Elsa Alquar.
Good afternoon, Council. It is an amazing day. It is an amazing year. It is amazing 2 years to be an American. We have a president that actually gets what it means to be a sovereign nation. Unfortunately, Sacramento does not. And I want to applaud you guys that before SB 54, you made it known that it was not what you supported. And I thank you for that. So now we get to do something much bigger and much bolder. And that means we get to add our name, our stand on America's brief. We get to add our boldness, our courageousness onto a resolution. And we get to join 48 other cities and 14 other counties that have already made that bold pioneer step to say SB 54 is against not only the California citizen, but it's against the American citizen. SB 54 was not about public safety, was not about even illegals. It was about an ego war between Sacramento and Washington. Let's be real. They could care less about putting you guys in the position to make these kind of decisions. They could care less about the citizens that sit in this audience and that are residents of this state and this country. All they care about is that they win the ego war. And that's not good enough for Murrieta, and it's not good enough for California, and it's not good enough for America. You guys have such a unique position. We already know that you are against this resolution, this law. We want to make sure that that stand is bold and courageous. And you get to make that decision tonight with all this support here. And we thank you because, again, it's not about illegals, it's about criminals.
Thank you, Ms. Peters.
Elsa Alquier.
One more time.
Elsa.
Good evening.
Good evening, Council. My name is Elsa Aldiger, and I represent Make California Great Again, also Latinos for Trump. And I just want to thank you for putting this in the agenda because the legal Latino community, we do not agree on SB 54. We feel that SB 54 is just harboring criminals. And these criminals are taking our jobs. And people can say to me, oh, but those jobs, we don't want those jobs. Well, I want them. I want those jobs. My mother wants those jobs. Not only that, I can tell you that I'm very disappointed with the Democratic Party. My family has been Democrats forever. But now we get to see that the Democrats don't care about law enforcement. They don't care about the citizens of this country. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They are the only ones that are making profit out of this. Kevin De Leon, Jerry Brown. They have actually, this is like a domino game. They are changing the rules. They are changing the law for their benefit. As an immigrant from El Salvador, I don't think that we should be picking and choosing which law to follow. I don't think that people that become citizens last month or this month can say, oh, okay, so if the Democrats are saying we can follow this but we cannot follow that, I mean, do we really have a country here? I mean, personally, I don't think this is about students, the DACA students. I don't think this is about
Also, your
the
time's
illegals.
expired. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you so very much for giving us the time, and I hope you guys do what is right. God bless you. Thank you.
We have no further requests to speak from the public.
Okay, great. I'm going to run it
I
back.
have a card.
Good job. Yeah, great.
Why don't you come up and speak, and then you can give them your information after, please.
I did fill out a card. I really did. My name is Jane Rossiter, and I want to talk to you about the unintended consequences of SB 54 and why every city needs to opt out of this unconstitutional bill. The unintended consequences are that the communication with ICE in local jails is forbidden. So instead of detaining, apprehending, and taking into custody people, illegal aliens, and we're talking about transnational criminals, the worst of the worst of the worst. They are no longer being securely transferred. They are being released because of Jerry Brown's finagling with the laws. They are being released early so that they don't have to be reported to ICE, that they're back in our communities. So now ICE is coming into Murrieta, where I live, and all these cities, because these people are among us. The unintended consequences, which I'm kind of happy about, is For the Democrats, now that they're going to pick up these transnational criminals at these homes, they're picking up whole families. They're picking up twice the number of illegal aliens because they're all living together in these homes. So actually it's kind of backfiring on the Democrats because even more illegals are being deported than ever before. But your police don't know what they're walking into. They don't know if they're armed. They don't know what weapons they have or what they're up against. And this is very dangerous for all the citizens in all the cities. And everybody that lives in a city that hasn't opted out, you need to go to your city council and you need to ask them to do so for your safety and your community's safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rosser. Are there any other speakers? Hearing none, I'm going to bring it back up to the dais. I'd love to make a comment, though.